Hello, it's Friday the 4th of February. My name is William Jackson. I'm the Chief Emerging Markets Economist at Capital Economics, and this is your Week in Review. Central banks continue to grapple with inflation this week. We saw hawkish turns from both the Bank of England and the ECB, and our Europe team now expects the ECB to begin raising interest rates this year. Meanwhile, in a note this week, our US team explained that a shock and awe 50 basis point hike from the Fed is unlikely, but they also showed why structural changes in the US labour market mean that wage inflation will continue to pressure the headline inflation rate. As we'd expected, emerging market central banks continue to respond aggressively to the inflation threat. Brazil's central bank hiked its policy rate by 150 basis points, taking it back into double digits. And we also saw a 75 basis point hike from the Czech central bank. Meanwhile, Shilan Shah, who leads our India coverage, has argued that the RBI will begin its tightening cycle next week with a hike in its reverse repo rate. It's been a busy week on our India service, and our coverage has also included a review of the surprisingly growth-friendly budget, the implications of upcoming regional elections, and what an e-rupee might mean. Elsewhere, one of the big stories in emerging markets is the Argentine government's latest deal with the IMF, the 22nd in the country's checkered economic history. While the bond market was pessimistic that the government would get to this place, we'd always thought a deal was a bit more likely. But even so, Nikhil Sangani, our Latin America economist, is far from convinced that it will go far enough to restore economic stability to this serial defaulter. Finally, we've set up a dedicated page on our website where we're gathering our growing collection of research on the Russia-Ukraine crisis. We're continuing to monitor local and global macroeconomic and financial market developments, and you can find all our analysis there, including the impact on Russian asset prices and on Western European economies. That's all we have time for. Please do visit our website to see the research I've just discussed and more, and otherwise have a nice weekend.